All right, so I've been planning this video for a couple months now, and I'm finally delivering it. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. But basically, this is going to be my top 10 sneakers for standing all day. And I know it's kind of a weird one, but I've been requested this video a ton through the years. I don't know why I've never made it. And, you know, I actually used to DJ weddings and DJ events and stuff like that, where I'm basically standing on my feet in one spot for like, you know, from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. straight through. So I wanted to give you guys kind of my personal list of top 10 sneakers that I find comfortable and something that I find is useful for all day wear. But obviously, disclaimer, everybody's feet's different. Some people like that really soft, squishy feel. Some people really need like a hard, firm feel underfoot. So that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Yo, what is going on, guys? Hes here. Hopefully you guys are having a good day out there. If you guys can, hit that subscribe button. Feel free to do so. CollectiveKicks.com is where I post a lot of sneaker deals that I find on Nike and Adidas and Foot Locker and sites like that. So feel free to check that out. In this video, as I mentioned, top 10 sneakers for standing all day. My personal curated list, just the ones that I prefer. But if you guys have other suggestions for sneakers that you guys like to wear all day for standing, leave a comment in the comment section for other people. And again, this is more for that soft, squishy, pillowy sort of feel on feet, not necessarily that firm feel. People's style for what they deem as comfortable is completely different. As an example, some nurses prefer the clog-like feel with the really hard wooden platforms on the bottom, which is something that my wife uses every now and then as well. And then other times you will want something soft and squishy. And so when I was DJing weddings, I did probably over 100, 150 weddings through my years. And what I would do is I would get there, usually the first person there, and then I would set all my equipment up in my comfortable shoes. And then I would switch over into something like this, a little bit of a dressy shoe. You know, I have my Browns for when I had those days, and then I had these little crazy Cole Haan joints right here as well, but they were not very comfortable, so I would wear those things basically all the way through the formalities, through dinner, and then through the first dance and stuff. But then when it came to reception time where it was dancing, and then I would change into some comfortable shoes and wear those the rest of the evening, as I would stand in one foot the whole time. So I DJ'd for a number of years, and so anytime you're standing in one spot for 4, 5, 6, 8 hours, it's not super fun. And so I always like to transition to something soft and squishy through the rest of my night. Some of you guys have different use cases out there where you walk a lot or where you're standing in one spot. So this is kind of like my thoughts for standing in one spot, sort of for those people that have jobs that do something like that. Again, leave comments for those people that are working in the workforce. I mean, sometimes you don't have options. I saw some people out holding street signs and stuff like that out in the construction field, and I'm sure that they had to use boots, which are probably harder and firmer on feet. And you know, your body gets used to those type of things. So some people aren't really chasing the comfort thing, other people are. Anyway, this is my top 10 list. Let's start off with number 10. The number 10 spot, I'm gonna actually go with Allbirds. The Tree Dasher specifically is the model that I really like. As I mentioned when I was DJing weddings, this is actually one of those shoes that I could wear pretty much all the way through because it's not super formal, but it's a pair that you could wear with the slacks and a button up, in my opinion. It looks nice enough, and then I could wear these all the way through because it's a pretty comfortable pair of sneakers. It's a wide platform and it sticks out on the back a bit, but the midsole is actually pretty soft and squishy. This one's super dirty. I need to get these things washed. And then also, this is the friends and family version that Staple sent over, Jeff Staple, which is a super cool pair that he ended up sending. And this one is a laceless version, so really, really like this one. But this is a pretty incredible shoe, and I think that, like, if you have an open mind out there when you're trying some of the sneakers, it's something where you'll actually, your feet will be thanking you later, because I was in the similar situation like you guys. When I first started this sneaker channel, I was only Nike and Jordans. It's the only things that I ever tried on my feet. Jordans aren't comfortable. Nike Retros, I love my Air Max 90s, but they're not comfortable either, in my opinion. So it's nice to be able to branch out and see other brands, try their products out, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. You'll look back in the Jordan Retros and some of the other 90 runners and realize that technology is definitely dated. It looks cool and it's timeless, but at the same time, the times are changing and they do have more comfortable stuff out there. So an interesting choice, but a company that I think is going to be doing some really big things, the Allbirds Tree Dasher. So moving on to the number 9 spot, this is a new pair of sneakers right here. One that I haven't done a review on this channel yet, but you'll see it soon. This is the Pure Boost 21. So I recently did a video on these guys right here. This is a different version of the Pure Boost, and then the OG Pure Boost. This is the best, softest, and squishiest midsole. Comparatively to these, they don't really compare. These are actually softer and squishier. If you can find a pair of these this would be probably the preferable route to go. And the original pairs are actually ones that I used to wear at weddings all the time. So it's one of those ones where I would consider this in the top 10. However, this is more or less the newer version of that, and it's wider foot. And I gotta be honest, it's not as soft and squishy on the heel section of the shoe, but the overall wider platform of these on feet, they feel really good. It's not the most craziest, softest, and squishiest pair of sneakers, but you put them on and they're all around very, very comfortable, and something that I really, really liked on feet. It's just a well-fitting shoe for myself with a little bit of a wider foot. And that's probably why I put it in the countdown over top of a pair of these. This is a shoe that I really like and it's comfortable, but I don't like the overall look of the shoe comparative to something like this. And they haven't retroed the regular Pure Boost without the slip-on version. I'm gonna go with the Pure Boost 21s. And if you guys wanna buy any of the sneakers that I'm gonna be talking about in this video, please go ahead and check them out in the description of the video, and you can buy them directly from the sites that they're listed. Anyway, Pure Boost 21, number 9 spot. Then number 8 spot, I'm gonna actually go with a pair of Nikes. This is the Infinity React 2, and it's actually a really comfortable, soft, squishy ride as well on here. This one has a detached tongue versus the Infinity React 1 had an attached tongue. I like the detached tongue a little bit better. This one, I actually have a lot of forefoot feel in this shoe as well. I mentioned that quite a bit in the past, but sometimes you step in a soft squishy shoes like the Pure Boost OGs is an example. The heel strike is really, really soft squishy, but the forefoot is not. This is one where I feel like a pretty good ride of squish through the entire transition heel to toe. So this is one that I really like as well. It's kind of a sleeper pair. It's not very attractive. Don't really love the look of it in my opinion, but it's a great all-around pair of sneakers. You could wear these for pretty much anything. At the end of the day, it is something that I would recommend. I actually picked these on the list instead of the Pegasus 3738, but that's another great option for you guys out there. It's a little bit more affordable, and the soft squishiness is there as well because it is Nike React. And it does have Zoom X, but for standing all day specifically, I thought this would probably be a better option. The Pegasus has Zoom in the forefoot, so it has a little bit more bounce off the forefoot. If you prefer that for walking around maybe, but either one of these, you can't really go wrong. They're engineered really, really well. Number 7 spot goes to this pair right here. This is Puma Nitro Deviate is the name of the model. It's one of those shoes that I was looking at like, hey, Nike Pegasus Turbo 3. Like, it's pretty much a carbon copy of the Nike Pegasus Turbo 2, but this isn't a bad pair of sneakers to have like a carbon copy of because it's a really, really good pair of shoes. Very soft and squishy, in my opinion. One of my favorites from the past. So since there's no Pegasus Turbo 3, I guess this is the next best thing. But this one makes the number 7 spot. One of the things I don't like is this crazy plastic thing on the back. I actually cut my ankle on this thing. It's so weird and sharp, and it gets caught on curbs and stuff like that. I mean, you thought the horn on the back of the Pegasus Turbos was bad right here because this would split for some people. This is like something where it's like a weapon. So I think that the design on this has to change for the future, but the overall delivery of the soft squishiness is there on this one. It's actually pretty good. For the Nitro technology that they put on here, it's some of the best that I've seen from Puma. And I've tried quite a few different pairs from Puma. So number 7 spot on the list, if you're looking for some soft squishy, is the Puma Nitro. Moving on to the number 6 spot, we have a pair from Saucony, and this is the Endorphin Speed. So I've tried the Endorphin Pro, which has the carbon fiber plate in the middle. This one has some sort of a plate in the middle and a roll system as well, but it's not as aggressive as I think the Pros are. And typically that carbon fiber rocker is just not something good for standing in one spot all day, maybe for walking around, but for standing, it's not usually preferred. I'm putting this in the countdown though, because it is pretty soft and squishy. Overall feel on feet is really, really good. And the rocking motion on these ones was not overly severe, so I felt like this is a good option. They do have a second version of these, and they also do offer 3 different tiers of the Endorphin line. I haven't tried the cheapest version, but maybe that might be a better route to go because it doesn't have the rocker, I don't think, in it. So although this looks like Adidas Boost, it's actually Saucony Power Run Plus, and it's pretty nice. It's like really soft, squishy, and they've done a great job of evolving the technology. I know they're gonna have some new models for this year. I need to check them out. If you guys have any recommendations of which ones that would match my style of what I like, usually soft, squishy, not so much of the carbon fiberness, drop a comment and let me know. But it's a really comfortable pair of shoes all around, and one that I definitely liked. So these take the number 6 spot. So the top 5 is pretty much almost interchangeable because all of them are extremely good. I actually waited to do this video until I got these because I knew they were gonna be one of the ones that I would have in the countdown, and rightfully so. I'm glad I added these into the 5 spot. This is the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel 2, and I actually recently just did a fuel cell video with a flagship fuel cell, which I was questioning whether or not this technology is better than Nike Zoom X. It's crazy soft on feet. It's squishy. There's some responsiveness there. It's an amazingly good technology. And you'll see soon, New Balance actually has a second shoe in the top 5 of this countdown because they have 2 proprietary technologies that are really good. I owe you guys a comparison video between the 2 techs, and I will be doing that soon. But this fuel cell stuff is really good, soft, squishy. I have a wider foot, so I would recommend getting the wide version of these, which they do offer, which is awesome. These ones fit me really well, and they're really lightweight. This is definitely a shoe that you could wear all day standing around. If you like soft squish, this is a good option. The better thing about these versus the more expensive Elite running version that they had, the RC Elites, these are actually better for casual in my opinion because they don't have that carbon fiber rocker in it. And it's an all-around excellent shoe, especially the price point. I think this might be the cheapest shoe or the second cheapest shoe on this countdown. This is $130 retail, worth every single penny. A really great pair of shoes. So number 5 spot, starting off strong. Number 4 spot, we're going to go with the HOKA Clifton 8 or the 7s. If you guys saw my review video of these, they're really very similar to the feel of the HOKA Clifton 7s, and the price difference could be about $30. These are also $130, so really a very nice priced pair of sneakers, very lightweight. But the midsole on here is just massive, and they really have some lightweight, soft, cloud-like feel when you put these things on. In fact, it says in the insole, soft and light for every day. Like, it's definitely a shoe that's really good on feet, but a little bit of an aggressive shoe. So if you like something a little bit more sleek, obviously New Balance here, but this is a really chunky shoe. This one has a little bit of a roller action as well, but not as severe as some of the other HOKA shoes out there. My go-to HOKA choice, and I've tried some of the flagship carbon fiber ones and some of the ones that are a little bit bigger midsole. This is the one that I personally prefer. It's the best in my opinion for what they offer for casual and just all around comfort. But if you have a different HOKA model that you guys would recommend, of course, leave a comment. I tried the Bondies and I didn't like those. They were a little bit too much in my opinion, but really good option in my opinion, number 4 spot. So moving on to the number 3 spot, we have the Adidas Ultraboost, either the 21 or the Heritage DNA line. Both of them I think are extremely good. It's kind of hard to choose which one you would go with. So in my opinion, Ultraboost is still like extremely comfortable on feet. It's better than any retro shoe that you're going to put on Jordans and Air Maxes and stuff like that. Super soft, squishy comparison to those type of things. Obviously, I'm showing you guys a ton of other technologies. Like the Ultraboost is pretty much the one, in my opinion, that set off that comfort revolution that I've been chasing for forever of just trying to chase that feeling of the first time you put on an Ultraboost. So it has a mainstay in the countdown because of that. There is a lot of soft, squishy feel into these. If you guys want that traditional one that the Ultraboost has given you guys, obviously you can't go wrong here. And this is a shoe that I wore DJing for many years. It was just an amazing feel on feet. But now you have the Ultraboost 21 as well, which is another great option. It's a little bit firmer. It's actually not as soft and squishy as it may look, but it's actually really good on feet. I can't describe it very well, but it's like you put it on your feet, it feels like a natural pair of shoes that you put on, maybe because of the shape of it or whatever. It just, for my feet, these are a really good match. And I waited in lines at like Disney World and stuff like that for 2 hours waiting in the Ultraboost 21s, and it was a really good option for my feet. But anyway, a mainstay around here, and we have him in the number 3 spot, the Ultraboost 21 and the DNA. All right, so moving on, number 2 spot countdown, we have the New Balance 1080V 10 or the 11. So you have the 10s and the 11s here. Both of these are extremely good as well. If you don't want to spend the $150 on the 11s, you can go the other route and get the 10s for around $103 or something like that. And they're fundamentally the same midsoles, so you get the same sort of soft, squishy feel on feet. This is a magnificent shoe. It's one of those shoes that as soon as I put them on, I was just like, okay, I like this. This is amazing. Like, I did get that sensation that I got the first time I tried on the Ultraboost. The overall feel on feet is really good. I went with a wide version of these, and I definitely appreciate the fact that they have wide options, but the collar and the tongue comfort is really good as well on these. It's just an all-around great pair of sneakers, and the Fresh Foam X is excellent as well. So like I said, New Balance with 2 amazing options here, Fresh Foam X and the Fuel Cell, both really good. And again, I owe you guys a comparison video between these two that will be coming hopefully in a week or so. But a really great option, $150 or $103 roughly for the previous version. And if you haven't tried these yet, I highly recommend you giving it a try. Break out of that Nike and Adidas zone and try out some New Balances, because these will definitely be worth it. Number 2 spot on the countdown. All right, so we made it to the number 1 spot on the countdown. Hopefully you guys found the video informative. If you guys did, drop a like on the video. Also, if you again want to buy any of these sneakers that I'm talking about, check the links in the description. But the number 1 spot for myself would have gone to either of these 2 shoes, but since they don't make this line anymore, we decided to go with this one. So these are the Pegasus Turbo 1 and 2, which I absolutely love these shoes, as you guys know on this channel. And the next best thing, in my opinion, is the Nike Invincible Run. This has full length Zoom X midsoles. So the other 2 options that I'm showing you guys right here, these actually offer half React and half Zoom X. This is full length Zoom X. So softer and squishier on feet. Amazingly soft on feet. These are a super dirty pair as well, but really good soft feel. They're not as light as I would have expected, and I did a pro and con after wearing these shoes. There's some cons for sure. It has a weird hollowish sort of feel, but if you want soft squishy, this is a really good shoe. The liner here is super comfortable, super cush. Also the tongue, and then on feet, you put them on, you're like, okay, like this is probably the best all around like soft squishy experience that I've ever had in a Nike shoe, and I've had quite a few pairs. So this is the one, man. So as you guys can see, some of these shoes out here are a little bit dirty. I wear these on a casual basis all the time. If you guys actually need sneaker cleaner, Reshoevn8r is one of the sponsors on the channel. Check the link in the description. It will get you 10% off of your order over at Reshoevn8r. They do offer free shipping now as well. I highly recommend the Signature Kit. It gives you the ability to wash your shoes with 3 different brushes. You have the soap. You have shoe trees. You also have the laundry bag that you can put the soap pods in, or just use regular detergent. Throw them in the washing machine. They wash, they do their thing, and they come out and they hold their shape because of the shoe trees. But also they work really well on these type of sneakers. Like any of these sneakers out here, I would use that Signature Kit on. So anybody that you know that uses athletic sneakers for working out or whatever, or has running shoes that just need to be cleaned, I definitely recommend the Signature Kit the best. In my opinion, it makes a great gift. And again, if you use my code, it gives you 10% off of your order. So the link in the description down for Reshoevn8r as well. I think a lot of people have been sleeping on these, probably because they don't know any better. They just look like a Nike React shoe, which I think was a huge marketing mistake on Nike's end. They should have changed the midsole and not made it look like a Nike React shoe, because it's not. It's Nike Zoom X. But that being said, it still makes my number 1 countdown. After wearing them, the tried and true, it's definitely a soft, squishy shoe. And if I was still DJing and I had to do an event for 5 hours or something where I'm standing around, this is probably the one that I'm going to go to out of all of the ones that I just told you guys about. But that's the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. What do you guys think? What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Are there other suggestions that you guys think are really amazing? Drop a comment in the comment section for other people and for myself as well, because if there's other stuff that I'm missing out there, I need to jump on it and check it out. I'm chasing that cloud-like squishy feel on feet like most of you guys out there watching this video. But as I mentioned, everybody's feet is different. So if this is something that I find comfortable and you guys wear them and they're too soft, or you don't find them soft, or whatever the thing is, maybe I weigh more than you, maybe you weigh more than me, maybe your foot's wider or narrow, maybe you have a flatter foot or a wider foot or a higher arc or whatever it might be. Everybody's feet are different, so keep that into consideration when you guys are thinking about some of these sneakers. But thank you guys again for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Links in the description to buy any of these. And if you have suggestions for any other top 5, top 10 sneaker videos, leave a comment in the comment section as well. I'm always interested here. I plan on doing more of these in the future. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day. All right, peace, guys.